I make decisions about money. I can earn and save.
I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well.
Education and hard work set me up to excel.
It's a recipe for success.
Should have thought about that, I guess.
Money lets me share.
I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn.
Because a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
The Lemonade League is on right now, 7:02 p.m. A foul ball by Adam Purdy. And we're glad to have you along here with us. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. I'm joined by Adam Jackson. Adam Purdy, Ben Compton, Michael Steigels, the top three batters in the Locos order. And we'll go through starting lineups. We'll go through defenses. We'll go through all of this. But, Adam, good to be back at this.
Great to be back in the Lemonade League on the Lemonade Day.
Dustin Renfro's pitch shot back up the middle through a broken bat. Shortstop Connolly's throw to first is late and high. And that pulls the first baseman Andrew Morrow off the base. Adam Purdy is on, leading off the ball game.
And should no question be an E6 on Mark Connolly. Handled it well, just didn't get the throw down. And Purdy, a guy that's tough enough to keep off the bases, finds a way back on to open up this game tonight.
So Adam Purdy is on. Ben Compton's the batter. A throw over to first base gets Purdy diving back in. Adam Purdy leading off and playing in center field. Batting second, the second baseman Ben Compton. First baseman Michael Steigels bats third. The right-hander Dustin Renfro's pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Then batting fourth in the order, the DH Adam Proctor. Hitting fifth, left fielder Matthew Williams. Batting sixth, the catcher Craig Paladar. Hitting seventh, the shortstop Owen Ruddock. Batting eighth in right field, Sean Haddelsey, and rounding off the order, batting ninth, the third baseman Brock Henley. Purdy a threat to run. Renfro's breaking ball called a strike across the inside corner. And the count goes to 0-2 on Compton.
Yeah, really nice movement on that inside part of the plate. Compton saw it coming inside, came back across the inner third, and nice little 0-2 count here for Renfro. He's got options.
Purdy doesn't run. Compton goes down on strikes. Got him with another one of those big breaking balls.
And I wonder if he meant to keep that high. I don't think he did, but it worked out. Elevated. Compton saw it, but an eye-level swing. That's a good strikeout for Compton after the error. That allowed Purdy to reach.
Michael Steigels steps in next. Runner at first, one gone for the Locos. The pitch popped up in the infield. Renfro points to it. Shortstop Connolly takes command. Makes the catch back of the mound. 2 outs.
Well, how about that first inning? If there's not the mistake from Connolly, Jesse, that's 6 pitches, 6 strikes, and 3 outs. We'll see if Renfro can keep it going and make up for the error from his shortstop, Mark Connolly, but you would take that all day. He's come out throwing strikes, ready to go.
Takes on Adam Proctor now. Proctor, the left-handed batting DH out of Michigan State. First pitch, just missing up and away. Wind blowing across the field left to right. Purdy doesn't run, pitches high. Adam, did you say 6 pitches for the first 3 batters?
Yeah.
All right, here comes pitch number 9. Let's see. Does he get to double digits this inning?
These are his first 2 balls that he threw.
Purdy starts early. Renfro's throw to shortstop Connolly. Tag applied. There you go. That is an 8-pitch inning for Dustin Renfro. Adam Purdy left too soon. Caught stealing at second base, 1-6. Side retired. And we will see Adam Proctor coming up in the second inning. A scoreless frame in the top of the first. To the bottom of the first we go. And the Lugnuts are coming up against Nick Powers.
I make decisions about money. I can earn and save.
I can spend and donate. I'll spend my money well.
Education and hard work set me up to excel.
It's a recipe for success.
Should have thought about that, I guess.
Money lets me share.
I better prepare. Saving's a good lesson to learn.
Because a penny saved is a penny earned.
Teach kids how to earn, save, spend, and donate. Visit chachingusa.org.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
Cottage Inn Pizza is proud to support the Lansing Lugnuts. Cottage Inn has been making gourmet pizzas since 1948. Enjoy their delicious gourmet pizzas, salads, subs, wings, and more. From thin crust to deep dish to gluten-free options and beyond, Cottage Inn Pizza's got you covered. They even have plant-based pizzas available at select locations. Adam, you a big plant-based pizza fan?
You know what, Jesse? Pizza is pizza. I'll eat whatever.
Currently offering contactless delivery and curbside pickup to keep you safe while satisfying your pizza cravings. Go to cottageinn.com to find a store near you. Back to the baseball, bottom of the first inning, lefty Nick Powers' first pitch, swatted up, and down the left side off the bat of Mark Connolly and foul. Strike one. That lineup for the Lugnuts, shortstop Connolly leads off. Batting second, the catcher Gabe Sotres. Heading third and left field, it's Colin Cornwell. Then batting fourth, the first baseman Andrew Morrow. Zaid Walker in right field bats fifth. At 0-1 for Connolly. Hitting sixth, the DH Joey Paywan. Batting seventh, second baseman Logan Welch. Heading eighth, the third base Jake Rodquist. And then batting ninth to round off the order, Jake Badalamenti, playing center. Strike two for Connolly. Mark Connolly has been so good, the freshman from Lansing Community College. 1-2 pitch. Fouled it back. And caught by the catcher Paladar. There's one gone. Now here comes Gabe Sotres, the catcher for the Lugnuts. Backdoor breaking ball misses. Adam, it seems to me, just going back on my memory with Nick Powers on the mound, generally the first batter of the inning gives him the most trouble, and then after that he settles in.
Yeah, I remember his first outing. He's only appeared twice in the Lemonade League, but I believe he walked first batter and ended up coming around to score after a couple of wild pitches, but then he settled in nicely.
3 balls, no strikes for Sotres. His most recent time, remember, the first 2 batters reached. There were runners at first and third and nobody out. And then he mowed right through 3 in a row to strand them. 3-0. There's a strike on the outside corner.
And that was an important outing, the back end of a well-pitched 6th-inning performance from Colin Bradley. He came in to get the final 3 outs, and you're right, the double, the walk, and then 3 flyouts.
Sotres takes ball 4 and a 1-out base runner for the Lugnuts.
Gabe Sotres continues to walk in this league, but he's really perked up with his bat and has come through with some clutch swings over the last few games. And that's why he's got that new spot in the order, starting to hit in that consistent second spot for the Lugnuts lineup.
Here now is Colin Cornwell. Curveball high. For Gabe Sotres, his 12th walk and his 13th Lemonade League game. Colin Cornwell, 18 hits, 10 walks through 15 games. 1-0. Powers is missing. Cornwell's batting average at .439. OBP 547. 3 balls and no strikes again. Catcher Paladar pays the visit. Something about Nick Powers, Adam, that I notice every time he takes the mound. Look where his baseball cap sits on the back of his head. That cap is slanted downward right over his eyes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's sitting all the way on his head. Interesting way to wear the cap, and surprised with how hard he throws in his motion that it doesn't fall off here and there.
3-0. There's a called strike going curveball.
Well, we've seen multiple times in this league where guys continue to swing away at the 3-0, so I think that's smart right there not to give him a fastball.
So Trez not running. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Here comes Andrew Morrow. Lugnuts at first and second, 1 gone in a scoreless game. He is missing up and up and up. Speed on the bases for the Lugnuts, looking for the game's first lead. A fun thing about this matchup, as the pitching coach Cam View goes out there to have a word with Nick Powers, just trying to straighten him out right now. Powers, a freshman at Michigan State. Andrew Morrow, a senior at Michigan State.
The veteran against the newbie.
That's right. Cam View, by the way, wearing number 33, the pitching coach, the former Michigan State Spartan. And we'll see what kind of effect that conversation has. 2 balls and no strikes on Morrow. Andrew Morrow hitting .265. 3 doubles, 1 homer, 11 batted in. Going after the high heater, came up empty.
You can't wear number 33 as a Michigan State guy, can you? Should be wearing number 32.
Cam View, what do you have to say for yourself? Still a hitter's count on 2-1. Powers with an eye turned toward another Spartan, the runner at second base, Sotrez, wearing that Spartan's helmet. 3 balls and a strike on Morrow. There's another Spartan waiting on deck. Although Zaid Walker, waiting on deck, has the Lugnuts black and red helmet. Only Sotrez and Morrow have the Spartans green helmets. The bases have been walked loaded by Powers.
Well, an interesting night coming in here because of the storylines in the Lemonade League, Jesse, and the fact that the Locos had won 7 in a row until the game on Sunday, and it was an inning like this that turned the tide in that game, where it was just heavy walks. The Lugnuts were patient, and they got back in the game with a huge 8-run 6th inning. And here we go with Powers now walking 3 straight batters.
Well, here's Zaid Walker. Walker takes ball 1. Walks for Sotrez, Cornwell, and Morrow. And Walker looking to run. Great speed, great power. But Powers is not finding the zone.
Despite the play on words with his last name.
Doesn't it feel like the two of their last names should be reversed?
Yes.
Powers for the batter. Walker right now for the pitcher. Although there's a strike from Nick.
Walker not a guy that takes a lot of base on balls, just 2 in the league. He puts it in play, as Jess, you mentioned. A lot of power and good speed.
Double play ball gets him out of the jam. Curveball high.
Well, I think you got to take this pitch. Unless it is perfect for you.
3-1. Walker decided to let it pass by. I don't blame him, but the pitcher call on the outside corner.
Yeah, don't want to swing at that one. It was close to the zone, let it go, and now you get a payoff pitch anyway. No harm done.
Here it comes. Chopper hit towards short. Ruddock fumbles and has no play. Sotres scores the game's first run. Bases still loaded. That is called an infield single, and an RBI infield single at that. Just too much speed for Walker up the first base line.
Yeah, and a tough play for Ruddock. It took that huge hop, and he had to try and field a short hop before he was going to have to throw to first, and Walker's speed wasn't going to be an easy play anyway.
Joey Paywan now. Strike on the outside corner. Good job by Paladar sliding to his left to knock it down.
This is the Lugnuts at their best, Jesse. We remember back when they were stringing together win after win, 4 straight, 4 of the last 5. They scored early in those games, took the lead, and then would hold those leads.
Paywan gets under it into left field. Late break for Williams. Now in he comes, and it falls in between Williams and Ruddock. They go station to station. Cornwell scores on the RBI single by Paywan. 2-0 Nuts.
Well, I'm not sure what Williams is doing there. He's got to take a peek at Ruddock and go, my teammate's coming out here and having to look back over his head on a ball that skyrocketed into the air. And Williams just assumed that it was going to be caught by Ruddock, but he never was able to get behind the ball, so just missed understanding out there and left.
Logan Welch takes ball 1.
And that's been a common theme in this league, Jesse. Short flyouts to left, center, or right field have given these defenders problems for both teams.
I wonder, Adam, if the outfielders are playing a little bit too deep, because what we're seeing is the outfielders aren't able to come in enough, and it's been the infielders trying to race out to rescue them. That's down.
Part of just that bigger park feeling that they're still trying to get their depth perception correct.
I don't know. Welch swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, Joey Paywan is not showed us he's the most powerful hitter. He's certainly got good pop, but not one of the 2-3 guys you consider standing way back in the outfield 4.
You could say the same thing about Logan Welch. Matthew Williams is still ways out there in left field.
Yeah.
Playing in the shadows.
You know, these guys have respectable power, but you got to be wary of those short flies.
Down goes Welch. Fastball up and away. First strikeout for Powers.
Well, he needed that. 3 walks, a couple of balls that weren't hit well, one that's bouncing in the infield, the other a lazy pop-up. He says, I'm just going to take care of this next batter myself.
Jake Rodquist takes a strike. Batting 8th in the order, the starting 3rd baseman out of Grand Valley State. Paywan, Walker, Morrow on the bases. Strike 2.
Well, he looks more confident, doesn't he, Jesse?
Yes, he does.
Something has clicked for him since those walks.
Got a bad feeling here for Rodquist. Down he goes on 3 pitches. Nick Powers reared back and overpowered him. But 2-run score on 3 straight walks and 2 straight RBI singles. 3 left to the 2nd. Nuts up 2-0.
While the Lugnuts' actual 25th anniversary will have to wait until 2021, you can still purchase a piece of history. Limited quantities of the 25th anniversary bobblehead series presented by Sparrow, Physicians Health Plan, and Michigan Student Aid are available right now. The set features former Lugnut greats Mark Pryor, Noah Syndergaard, Bo Bichette, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Supplies are limited, so order yours online at LansingLugnuts.com. Look at how great those 4 look. Shop all of your Lug Nuts and Locos needs at the Nuts and Bolts store, and just added official Lemonade League shirts. You can visit online at lugnuts.milbstore.com or visit in person. Masks are required for in-store shopping. Go Nuts and vamos a Locos.
Look at those items of the homestand.
White
Locos
Claw
shirt
Hard
and
Seltzer,
cap.
a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
Let's go to the second. Lug Nuts leading this game 2-0. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jaxa. Big thanks to the crew. Hello there, Daniel Higgins. Adam Proctor was standing in at home plate at the top of the first inning when Adam Purdy left too soon and was thrown out at second base trying to steal. Adam, what's the deal with Adams?
Too many of them, in my opinion.
Here's Adam Proctor against the right-hander Dustin Renfroe. Breaking ball served high in the air, foul ground left side. Catcher Sotres wants it, drops it. Uh-oh. Well, E2. That's strike one for Adam Proctor.
He did everything right. He got to it, threw the mask off, called off his third baseman Rydquist, had it in his glove, and just couldn't squeeze it.
So I wouldn't say everything right.
Everything until the last part.
Well, let's see what happens. Adam Proctor given the second opportunity. It was Gabe Sotres, the catcher, who ignited the two-run rally in the first inning. So the first of 3 straight walks, and RBI singles by Zaid Walker and Joey Paywan. Meanwhile, for Dustin Renfroe, it was a good first inning. Adam Purdy reached on an error. You know what happened to him. Caught stealing at second. Compton struck out, Steigels popped out. And now he's out in front of Proctor. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Did you just see that from Proctor? He had the elbow pad on.
Yes.
Stepped out, was trying to adjust it, stepped back in,
No.
it fell off, and then he just says, we're done with this. Back to the dugout.
And now his at-bat is done, and he heads back to the dugout. Second strikeout for Renfroe.
Well, he went with a couple off-speed pitches, and Proctor was out in front of both of them. He got him on that strike 2 and said, let's go back to it, and did it, and Proctor was fooled again. Good pitching by Dustin Renfroe to start this game. He's locked in.
Matthew Williams. Punched foul on the ground right side. It was Williams who had an unusual play happen defensively in the bottom of the first inning. Adam, it felt to me like he never really saw it off the bat from Joey Paywan, and it ended up dropping in medium depth left field for an RBI single. Curveball high.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he didn't see it quickly enough, and then how much of him thinking that Owen Ruddock confidently was going out there and he thought that his shortstop was going to take the ball.
And the rule of thumb in baseball is if somebody is coming in and somebody is going out, right of way goes to the guy coming in.
No question.
Hitter's count here for the Albion freshman. 3 balls and a strike now. On the Major League scoreboard, the Toronto Blue Jays are a team that we generally pay attention to. The Lansing Lugnuts minor league team. This is the Lugnuts facility. You see the teams wearing their jerseys. Williams strokes it to deep left field. Cornwell goes back on the run. Over his head, 1 bounce off the wall. Williams heads for second. That is a 1-out double. I bring up the Lansing Lugnuts and the Toronto Blue Jays to connect you to the Major League scoreboard. Blue Jays playing a doubleheader today in Buffalo against the Philadelphia Phillies. So the Phillies in the first one, they fell 3-2. Bryce Harper an early home run, but the Blue Jays overtook him, rallied, won. And now here in game 2, the Phillies scored 7 in the first inning. Jays are now winning. Breaking ball, ball 1 to Craig Palladar. Jays scored 2 in the first, and then Adam, they just scored a touchdown in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tasker Hernandez, Rowdy Tellez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. have all homered, and the Jays are winning 9-7. Ball one pitch for Paladar. That's called a strike on the inside corner.
Very reminiscent of that second game in Buffalo, and conveniently this one in Buffalo against tonight when it was, what, 11-3 Miami was up or something like that?
It was 8-0 early, and then, yes, 11-3. Breaking ball, called strike two.
They came all the way back in that one, Jesse, ended up losing in extras, so hopefully they can complete the comeback tonight and hold out and pick up what would be a really nice victory.
They are 1 out away from a doubleheader sweep and going above the 500 mark.
Take that. Maybe 5 straight wins.
It has been a while since we've seen Craig Paladar. Paladar, the catcher from Lansing Community College. He's hitting .318 with a .464 on-base percentage. He's been very productive for the Locos. Williams at second, 1 down 2-0. Count is full. Paladar was slow and sure as he just kept on getting on base 1 time, twice, and more as this Lemonade League schedule went on. He's earned this payoff. And he takes a walk again. Boy, Paladar just keeps on reaching. 2-1 with 1 out for Owen Ruddock.
Best guess, Owen Ruddock will not be taking a walk.
No. So Owen Ruddock has had 25 plate appearances in the Lemonade League. He has struck out twice. He has walked twice. In general, his at-bats don't go very deep. Right? These at-bats generally end in the first couple of pitches. And there you go. Ground ball hit toward short. Connolly to Welch. To Andrew Morrow. Double play retires the side. And Renfro's through it scorelessly. 1 runner left on. 1.5 complete. 2-0 the Lugnuts lead.
Sparrow Medical Minute, the latest health news and information from Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's healthcare leader.
I'm Cheryl Fritz here with Hillary Taransky, physician assistant with Sparrow Occupational Health. Employers are concerned about how to keep their employees healthy and make them feel safe as they return to work. How does Sparrow Occupational Health help?
So Sparrow's goal is to be a partner in health with the local employers. We've developed a program to help make sure that they can return back to work safely. This includes an online screening tool as well as the availability for Sparrow staff to come on site and help with screening. Occupational Health also offers COVID screening. This includes the nasal PCR swab as well as the antibody testing. We can evaluate employees that are ill and give guidance on when they can return back to work safely.
Where can people get more information on this important topic?
They can call Sparrow Occupational Health at 517-364-3900.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
Medical Minute, brought to you by Sparrow. For health, for care, for life.
Corona is the original cerveza más fina of Mexico. And since 1925, it's been made with the finest ingredients. And most of all, with our heritage and our pride. In 1981, we didn't just bring a beer to the States. We brought our way of life. Because when you're proud of what you do, you want to share it with the world. Corona, we share more than a beer. We share the same history.
Well, we saw Nick Powers walk 3 and then allow a couple of RBI singles in the first inning. Then he settled in, and he struck out 2 in a row. And now here's the left-hander back to the mound for the bottom of the second inning to go 9-1-2 against the Lugnuts order. Let's see if he did discover something, in fact, in that first inning. Down 2-0. Jake Badalamenti serves the first pitch up and foul out of play, straight backward.
Thought you were going to say up, and away.
Right? Out of the rooftop. Something that we have seen from Badalamenti is generally hits under the baseball. Gets into this one to right field. Sean Hattlesey backs up. 1 down. Mark Connolly steps in next. You know, that's what they're trying to work with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on, is any kind of lift, any kind of launch angle. Hit the ball in the air. Jake Badalamenti's got that figured out.
Yeah, when Vladdy's got that pop, so that's when they want it in the air. If he gets it in the air, it's a good chance it's going out of there.
Strike on the outside corner to the leadoff hitter, Mark Connolly. Fouled out to the catcher, Paladar, his first time. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jackson by my side. Lemonade League Baseball game number 18. Nope. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Powers has been a little off from what we're used to in terms of his command here through the first couple of innings.
That sent foul off to the left side.
Now, he found something, though, at the end of that first inning. He got a couple of weak contact balls from Walker and Paywan that found base hits, but then those back-to-back strikeouts, he looked real good.
From what we've seen of Nick Powers, would you say that there's one pitch that is his strikeout pitch? I've got 2 for you. 3-2. Fastball skied to right. Sean Hattlesey again. 2 gone. And I think it's part of his difficulties in the first inning. I think that Nick Powers relies on that fastball to strike guys out.
Yeah.
And even though he got Mark Connolly to chase one up right there, if Connolly doesn't swing, I think that's ball 4.
No doubt. That one looked up in the zone, but you're right. He went fastball to get those 2 strikeouts to Welch and Rydquist.
And so if he's not locating that fastball, there's trouble. But when he locates it, we see he overwhelms batters. Gabe Sotrez swings, fouls back a fastball.
And I think you could go through most pitchers, and if they're not hitting with that fastball, which is typically their best pitch, their first pitch, you want to command that go-to pitch when you need to throw that.
There's a good fastball, strike 2.
That reliant ball in the zone, and if the fastball's not working, makes it hard to play off the other pitches that you have in your repertoire.
What do you think? Fastball here?
Yeah, maybe go back to that high fastball.
Oh, yes, sir. Down goes Sotrez, and a 1-2-3 second. 3 Ks for Powers. We go to the third. Lugnuts are leading 2-0.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. When wildfires threatened communities, John jumped into danger, fighting through fear and fatigue until the fire was contained. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Every act, every gesture counts right now. Because together, it all makes a difference. And staying committed to the health of our communities is everything. Which is why Blue Cross will remain committed to you, ensuring you can get the care you need with resources like virtual doctor visits and our 24-hour nurse line. You'll have access wherever and whenever you need it. Blue Cross will stay by your side for whatever comes next.
Two innings down, 2-0 Lugnuts in the 18th game of the Lemonade League. Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, Adam Jackson.
Yo.
Thanks for joining us on the stream tonight. Jesse and I happy to be back after Game 17 on Sunday.
We have fun, and the umpires are most definitely having fun.
Checking out those yellow baseballs that have become the norm here in the Lemonade League. Those 2 umpires today, Sean Howard doing the umpiring behind the plates, and Mitch Treziak, who is out there on the bases. He's been a part of most of the Lemonade League games.
Would you say that Mitch Treziak has the Adam Jackson body type?
Yeah, that's why it's easy for me to tell when he's in the field.
Tall and slim.
But working on building some thickness. At least Adam Jackson is.
Mitch is always talking. Right now he's joking with the first base coach, Cam View.
Dustin Renfro's first pitch of the third sprayed foul. Sean Hattlesey in his first at bat.
I would want to mic up, and there you see Mitch in the background right there. I would love to have him mic'd up for a game because he's always talking. He's talking to the first baseman Morrow right now.
Poured in, strike two. Good off speed. That breaking ball is working tonight for Renfro. You got to have fun out there. There's a lot of downtime in baseball, and the guys are focusing, but good to have some fun with the game. Bounce to third, off a couple of hops for Rydquist, and he misthrows that to first. So an E5 allowing Hattlesey to reach to open the third. The same thing happened in the first as Adam Purdy got on thanks to a mistake from Connolly on a throw.
That's one of those classic third baseman plays, isn't that? Where you've just got to get the ball across the infield accurately, don't hop it. Jake Rydquist trying to put it over, put too much air under it.
And that's too bad because Renfro is rolling. He was rolling that first. Defense has made a couple of mistakes, but he'll try and pitch around it as he did in that opening frame. The 9-hitter Brock Henley takes ball one. I think the biggest thing with Dustin Renfro, Jesse, because he's a guy that has struggled with his command at times. He came into tonight with 11 walks, comparable to 8 strikeouts. Strike one. Different tonight, just one walk, has had a couple of strikeouts, but he seems to be locating consistently with that breaking ball, that secondary pitch, playing off his fastball well tonight.
What I remember of Renfro in the past is the second time through the lineup gets him. That generally the first time through he's all right. The second time through that the hitters have adjusted. But something else about him. He's induced 4 double plays here in the Lemonade League, the 4th being last inning. So when he's needed it, he's gotten that grounder.
Got the 6-4-3 double play. Left the runner stranded at third to put up another 0 against the Locos offense. 2 balls, 2 strikes here against Henley. Again, this is an offense for the Locos that had dominated. They had won 7 straight games, still put up 8 runs in the loss on Sunday, where the Locos gave up that 8-run 6th, and the Lugnuts finished it out from there. Then we saw good pitching. And that was Monday, rather. But good pitching on Sunday. They won 3-0, but 12-11. Then they scored 16 runs in that Mercy Rule game. 11-3 last Thursday, and that was partly against Dustin Renfro, who started that game for the Lugnuts.
I'd like to see Hattlesey take off here.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, the third put out for Renfro.
Hattlesey, great speed. That just felt like a pitch that Renfro was going to bury. Now he gets Henley, but Hattlesey has good speed and usually is an aggressive base runner.
Now you go back to the top of the order. Hattlesey, 4 stolen bases, has not been caught yet in the Lemonade League. Adam Purdy with great speed as well as he steps in. Had that ground out to Mark Connolly, but Connolly couldn't make the throw. Way off on the swing and the miss from Purdy.
You know what we would see right here in the minor leagues? We'd see a hit and run. Adam Purdy, generally, that wild swing aside, is a bat control guy. Put something in motion.
That's outside, 1-1. On base percentage up over half the times he comes into the box. He gets on base. 524 coming into tonight. Purdy has done an excellent job in this league of getting on base. And again, why he has consistently been at the top of the order. He's drawn 16 walks, struck out just 5 times, driven in 8. Also has a couple of doubles. 16 hits, tied for second in the Lemonade League. 2-1. Checked it, strike 2 on the corner.
Ooh, tough call.
Sean Howard gave it to Dustin Renfro. He's got a chance to come back and get Purdy here. 3 strikeouts already. Renfroe continues to pound the zone. And that's strike 3. Purdy is set down for just the 6th time. 4th strikeout for Renfroe.
That is going right through the back door. Adam Purdy is giving up on that pitch, and then Renfroe's breaking it right back to the corner.
Surprised that he watched strike 2 go by.
Well, after strike 2 was borderline. That pitch was closer.
Right.
That's what you were about to say, and then I cut you off, right?
That's okay. We were on the same page. Ben Compton takes strike 1. But that was it, Jesse. He takes strike 2. Strike 3, was surprised that he didn't swing away, especially with how many times he gets his bat on the ball. Ben Compton, one of those 4 strikeout victims to Dustin Renfroe in the first. 2-0 Lugnuts, thanks to a couple of RBI singles from Zaid Walker and Joey Paywan in that opening inning after 3 straight walks from Nick Powers. But after those walks, got a visit from Cam View and seemed to turn things around. Bounce to third. Across the diamond, Rydquist again can't make the throw as it bounces to Morrow. Into third goes Hattlesey. We'll wait for the call, but that most likely is going to be the second error on Jake Rydquist, who just can't make that throw right now.
Well, right there, it seemed to me he tried to guide it over. And so in doing so, he didn't put enough oomph on it. Now, I think Andrew Morrow is struggling a little bit with the sun and staring over there, but for a third baseman, he's got all the time in the world, and he just needs to get it over there accurately and in the air.
Well, and I think he probably overthought it after he airmailed that first one to lead off this third inning.
I mean, Adam, think about, I don't know, shooting free throws. You airball one, you're going to shoot the next one too strong.
That's why you need to get fouled shooting behind the three-point line.
That's right.
Third one will go in for you. Michael Steigel's flied out in his first at-bat. The breaking ball is twisting. This should get Renfroe out of the inning, and it does. So outside of a couple of mistakes from Rydquist on the throws, his pitcher able to get around it. Nothing on the board through 2.5 for the Locos. Lugnuts try and add to their lead next.
When you think about it, there are lots of reasons to buy a new home. And with mortgage rates this low at LAFQ, it's all you need to make your move. Because you may not have the space for anything else, but there's always room for a great mortgage rate from LAFQ. Want a low mortgage rate for your new home? Ask for LAFQ. Stop in today or go to LAFQ.com/mortgage. LAFQ, your credit union for life.
It is LAFQ Lugnuts Trivia Time, presented by LAFQ, your credit union for life. Let's have a look. Which of the Major League Baseball teams have the Lugnuts not been affiliated with? So which MLB team have the Lugnuts not been affiliated with? The Chicago Cubs, the San Diego Padres, the Kansas City Royals, or the Toronto Blue Jays? Which of those 4 have the Lugnuts never been affiliated with? Go to www.milb.com/Lansing/fans/contests to answer and to enter. And maybe you'll win.
Two to nothing Lugnuts. Colin Cornwell leads off against Nick Powers in the third. Lefty on lefty. Cornwell walked in his first at-bat, came around to score the second run on Powers and the Locos. The freshman from Michigan State fires out to left. Williams towards the line. He's got it on the jog. 1 down.
That's big. Keeping Cornwell off the bases to open up this frame changes the inning for the Lugnuts offense.
It's kind of like getting Adam Purdy to strike out in that third inning. Typically a guy that gets on base with good speed.
Got Andrew Morrow, Zaid Walker, run producers stepping in. much rather face these hitters without anybody on.
They were the ones that produced those first 2 runs, 3 straight walks. Sotres began it, followed by Cornwell and Morrow. Then Walker, Paywan, both with the singles. That's the difference in this game. And really unfortunate for Powers. This is why the old saying, walks will come back to bite you, because those singles were not hard hit. One was bounced, the other was a shallow pop-up and left. Speaking of shallow pop-ups, this one out to right. Compton called off by Hattlesea, and that one executed correctly. Compton going out there, easier play for Hattlesea to come in. That was the trouble on the first one on the other side of the diamond with Ruddock and Williams. Whether Williams didn't see it right away or he thought Ruddock was going to take it, caused the mistake in the first inning.
It's not necessarily a routine play either. We've got a very high sky here today.
Walker hit hard. Backhand attempts by Ruddock and won't be able to make the play.
I think part of that is understanding with the speed of Walker heading down the line. Ruddock knew he was going to have to grab it, transfer, fire, and he didn't execute step 1.
You think that's an error?
Yeah, I think that's an error.
I think so too.
It's a ground ball right at the shortstop.
I don't think he had to backhand that one, Jesse.
No. But you know what? That's the second consecutive time that we've seen Walker up there and a ball hit toward Ruddock. And I do think there's something about that Walker speed that caused the mental processes for Owen Ruddock to speed up.
Powers 0-1 to Paywan. 1 ball and 1 strike, so that's 5 errors tonight combined between the 2 teams. We've seen 4 on the side of the Lugnuts. Crazy enough, they have not given up a run, showing you how well Dustin Renfro has competed and thrown tonight. There goes Walker. That's bounced fair. Easy play as Steigels tags the bag. And we're done after 3. To the 4th we go. Lugnuts in front by a couple.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
It is time for our Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. The bus stops here.
I kind of don't understand why we play the game. This is the best part.
Middle baseball cap, here we go. Follow that Dean Trailways bus. All the while I ask Adam an important question. What did you think of Casey Mize's debut last night?
You know, I thought he did a pretty good job. 7 strikeouts. He did allow a couple of runs, but he didn't allow a leadoff home run to Tim Anderson, so that's a win.
All right. Win for Casey Mize in terms of just getting out there, looking good, striking out 7. How about a win for you? Can you find that Dean Trailways bus? The Caps have stopped. Is it 1, 2, or 3? The Dean Trailways bus under baseball cap number 1. And there's your Dean Trailways Baseball Cap Shuffle. The bus stops here.
We begin the 4th inning, 2-0 Lugnuts from Cooley Law School Stadium in downtown Lansing. Game 18 of the Lemonade League. Appreciate you stopping in with us tonight. I'm Adam Jackson, Jesse Goldberg-Strassler here as well, along with our entire crew, putting in another night of work. Thankful for all their contributions throughout the Lemonade League and for getting these broadcasts out on the streaming platforms. Back to the hill goes Dustin Renfro. He has been excellent tonight. Adam Proctor in, catcher out of Michigan State. Now Renfro has worked around 4 errors committed by his defense. has 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk and 1 hit allowed. No runs. Doing a great job so far in his 4th start for the Lugnuts in the Lemonade League. The 1-0 to Proctor. Left it high, 2-0. It's about that time to check in on the Facebook chat. We appreciate your messages, so please continue to send them in all the way until Saturday when the league will come to its conclusion. That game will be at 1 o'clock. We'll be at 7 o'clock tomorrow. That's launched foul. Denise says, let's go, Nick. 3 exclamation points. Those are important. Emily says, go, Nicholas, with the baseball emoji. Craig says, let's go, Ben Compton. Greg Kiger's mom is watching, saying, Mom is watching again, Greg K.
I love it for the commish.
3 balls and a strike, and Karen says, keep up the good work, Nick. So obviously cheering on Nick Powers, who has done a good job so far. Just the 2 hits and the 2 runs. Dustin Renfro just a bit better, though.
Got a lot of Locos fans.
Your time to chime in, Lugnuts fans. That's ball 4 for Proctor, so he's on for the first time. Just the 3rd base runner tonight outside of the errors. Got a couple of walks, Paladar and now Proctor in that double to Matthew Williams. Here is Matthew Williams. Fouls that off out of Albion.
He's so interesting to me because it's an awkward sort of swing. But in general, Matthew makes contact. And by and large, when he hits the baseball, he hits it on a line.
Breaking ball stays high, 1-1.
Adam, you and I both, we know people in sports who say, judge the process, not the result, right? It's all about the work that you're putting in. Don't judge on the result. The results are so good for Williams. The process is doing something.
Saw that average up over 400. On base percentage up over 460. Slugging near 600. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 5 driven in.
He has earned this, batting 5th in the order.
Launches it out to center. Badalamenti on the run, still going, makes the catch. And deep right center field. Retreating is Proctor, 1 out.
Right, there's some giddy up. That's a breaking ball from Dustin Renfro. And that ball started to take off a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a routine ball, but there's some hidden power there with Williams, who's a smaller guy. And we've seen that type of power from an Alex McCormick.
I mean, that felt like he was protecting the plate with that swing, just trying not to strike out. He can do some things, and he's just a freshman for Albion.
He's aggressive at the plate, is Williams. Just 5 combined walks to strikeouts. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, so he puts the ball in play.
Yeah, so Craig Paladar is the exact opposite. Everything about him to me screams grizzled veteran. He's got the mustache going on. He's very deliberate with his mannerisms at home plate. He's a calming influence as a catcher. And it gets into these at-bats where he grinds the pitcher down.
Coming off a couple of days rest as he missed the last few days. So back in the starting lineup tonight. Takes a close pitch, 2-1. He walked in his first at-bat in the second. Paladar catching tonight. Out of LCC and Wadsworth High School down by the Cleveland area in Ohio. Two-1. Gets under it. Should be an easy grab for Morrow in foul territory. And he does make the catch, 2 down. Well, they just can't square up Renfro consistently tonight. Honestly, that Matthew Williams swing moments ago and then his double in the second have really been the 2 only hard-hit balls, Jesse, unless I'm missing one.
No, you're not missing one, but this is the hidden threat. Owen Ruddock is the X factor offensively.
Breaking ball drops. He hit into that 6-4-3, hit one hard on the ground, which allowed Connolly to twist that double play. That ended the second. Dustin Renfro trying to work 4 scoreless innings. Swing and a miss. Look at that pitch drop off. He has been extra special tonight with that secondary stuff, particularly that breaking ball, keeping these Locos hitters off balance. That stays up, 2-1. Ruddock also very similar to Matthew Williams. He loves to put the ball in play. Just his 8th game tonight, but he only has 4 combined walks and strikeouts, 2 of each. He's ahead 3-1 here.
There's just something about Owen Ruddock as a hitter. Watches the ball all the way in and is looking to do damage constantly.
Whacks it out to center, up in the air for Badalamenti, comes in, and it's 4 scoreless innings for Dustin Renfro. Lugnuts to the plate after this with the bottom of the order coming up.
Want a chance to be featured on a Lemonade League broadcast and to win an all-inclusive Lugnut Suite experience from Farm Bureau? Record a video of you, your family, your friends, maybe even your dog or cat singing "Take Me Out to the Ballgame." Enter at www.mlb.com/Lansing/fans/contests.
Two to nothing Lugnuts as we begin the bottom of the 4th at Cooley Law School Stadium. Excellent outing so far for Dustin Renfro. Both starters still in the game. Renfro has pitched 4 scoreless with 4 strikeouts. He's allowed just 2 walks and a double and has worked around 4 errors. Nick Powers has settled in nicely. Outside of that 3-walk, 2-hit first inning, he's put zeros up in the last couple half innings. 7, 8, and 9 as Logan Welch swings at strike 1. He struck out Welch and Rydquist to finish off that first inning that saw 8 batters come to the plate. Strike 2. Outside of really the command issues through those 2nd to 4th batters and then the base hits, that's the only problems here tonight for Powers. Other than that, the freshman continues to impress. Tonight, his 3rd appearance in the Lemonade League. He was a late addition, getting ready to start his first season at Michigan State. And this is his first start tonight. He had 2 one-inning stints out of the bullpen. But tonight, into the 4th inning he goes in start number 1. And from what we're hearing, Jesse, there's a lot of high praise and high potential Michigan State players and coaches, seeing it in the Lemonade League with what Nick Powers could bring to their program. Lined out to left, running catch made by Matthew Williams as he uses both hands.
Where Nick Powers surprised people was with his velocity. You get a freshman left-hander out there on the mound throwing in the 90s with the ability to add velocity to it, and you can understand that he's got some kind of special talent.
We're still impressed with the way he wears his cap on his head. Jake Rydquist now. Strike 1. It was a 3-pitch, 3-strike at bat for Rydquist in the first. Went down swinging and missing on the last 2 pitches. There he takes a ball. Rydquist out of Grand Valley State. Lake Orion High School on the east side. 1-2. these important games for the Lugnuts as we get closer to the end here, and the record on the line for both squads. Swing and a miss, tried to chase. 2 down, strikeout number 4 for Powers.
That is just a low fastball, and that is too much cheese.
Locos come into tonight 10-7 after they put together 7 straight wins. The Lugnuts 7-10. So do the math. 3 games left. We could end in a 10-10 tie. Tomahawk to short, tough play, diving for Ruddock, and he can't get there. So the 9-hitter Jacob Badalamenti reaches. What do you think about that one?
I think infield single.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's going to be our ruling. And
oh, no, they're going to go error.
Okay. So we're going to change our ruling and go E6.
Overruled.
Well, that's a tough one right there for Owen Ruddock. That was a hot shot. It's his second error tonight. Off to second goes Badalamenti, and he's got second base. So he's now in scoring position. So the Locos win one more game, and they have clinched the winning record in the Lemonade League. But the Lugnuts an opportunity to tie if they could win tonight, tomorrow night, and then Saturday afternoon. We would have a tie. And in the meantime, we're still waiting for that first tie in one of these games to get us to the extra inning home run derby swing off to decide it.
Now let's say that happens. Lugnuts win today, tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. I think you'd have to go home run derby swing off to determine a champion.
I think you're right.
But I tell you what, best pitcher in the entirety of the Lemonade League has been Colin Bradley. And as we learned on Chat Lemon, Bradley's going to start on Saturday for the Locos.
2-1 to Mark Connolly. He's a ball away. Check that. That was the 3-1 to Connolly. That's ball 4. There's no question. Bradley has been exceptional. And him getting the ball spells trouble for the Lugnuts offense. They haven't been able to solve him yet. And if that's the all-decisive game on Saturday, if they can get it to that point, that'll be a tough out against Bradley on Saturday afternoon. And it's another day game where he has been perfect. Gabe Sotres. Ball 1 from Nick Powers. Spartan on Spartan. Green versus white. Sotres and Powers doing battle.
Green versus white, but black against the gem blue.
Catcher against pitcher.
You could also add in Brother Rice against Flushing.
That was next.
Somehow I knew.
You read me like a book, Jesse. 3 balls and no strikes to the man out of Brother Rice. The Warriors, I believe, over there on the east side of Michigan. Gabe Sotres trying to draw another walk after he had one in the first. There he takes that called strike. 12 walks for Sotres, just 5 strikeouts on base percentage, creeping up towards 440. 5th pitch from Powers. And we'll have a full count. Pitch coming up. 2 outs, runners should be moving. Badalamenti reached on the air from Owen Ruddock, then swiped second. Then a walk to Mark Connolly, the 4th tonight, given up by Nick Powers. He's fought back from 3-0 on Sotres. Popped up to shallow right. Compton called off by Hattlesey. And we're through 4 innings. Still 2-0 Lugnuts at Cooley Law School Stadium.
I was not bitten by
not being allowed to play in the major leagues. I just said, the time has not come. I only wish I could have played in the big leagues when I was young enough to show what I could do.
Buck Leonard was a model first baseman and home run hitter. On the field, teammates could rely on him to seize bunts, dig throws out of the dirt, and throw runners out. In the batter's box, Leonard feared no fastball. He was a pull hitter with a smooth, powerful swing that sent the ball screaming over the walls. Some records show Leonard averaged 34 home runs a year during his prime, and his batting average rarely dropped below .390. His talent and easygoing personality made him a regular pick for the East-West All-Star games. Buck Leonard spent most of his 17-year career with the Homestead Grays, where he and Josh Gibson were known as the Thunder Twins. Always easygoing and dependable, Leonard also served as captain of the Grays until the team folded in 1950. In 1972, Buck Leonard witnessed his induction to the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Chick-fil-A Lansing is happy to serve our community. Located at 5617 West Saginaw Highway. We are currently open for drive-through, curbside pickup, or mobile orders via our mobile app. We also offer catering, pickup, and delivery. That's Chick-fil-A at 5617 West Saginaw Highway.
Gorgeous night for baseball at Cooley Law School Stadium in downtown Lansing. Adam Jackson, Jesse Goldberg, Strassler moving you to the 5th inning where it's 2-0 Lugnuts. Those 2 runs in that first inning holding up so far. Amazing that we have seen now 6 consecutive half innings with no runs. Very un-Lemonade League-esque.
Unless it's a Sunday.
And an afternoon game.
Yes.
Which it is neither. It is game 18 on this Thursday evening. Dustin Renfro gets a swing and a miss from Sean Hattlesey as he begins his 5th inning of work. We'll have game number 19 tomorrow, 7 o'clock right here. And then close it out, game 20 on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Another swing and a miss, 0-2. Jess, we continue to check in on the Lugnuts parent club, so could we get an update? I believe that second game of the doubleheader has gone final.
It has. The Blue Jays come all the way back from being down 7-0, beat the Phillies 9-8, doubleheader sweep.
Swing and a miss in the dirt. Sotrez completes the strikeout. Morrow reaches to grab that. Strikeout number 5 for Dustin Renfro. He continues to roll along. Now we'll get Brock Henley. So how about that? The Blue Jays, I believe, Jesse, that's 5 in a row. They swept the Orioles. Now sweep the doubleheader, and they're above 500.
Adam, it's more than that. They're in the wild card. They've got a playoff berth right now if the season were to end. That's how wild things are.
And how about the way they've battled through injuries also? Strike 1 to Henley. If they could get a couple guys healthy. Closer right now on the IL, Bo Bichette, starting infielder and guy that was pivotal in Lansing's offensive outpouring of statistics in 2017. He's just gone out on the IL. They can fight through some of those, come back. You never know. They could sneak in. Swing and a miss. This will be trouble, though, for Sotrez. And it's a strikeout, but a wild pitch. And Henley is aboard. That'll be the 6th strikeout for Brock Henley, though.
Sometimes a curveball can get a little bit too wicked. That one certainly was. What downward break to it, and Sotrez just could not keep it right there at home plate.
Well, this is nothing new to Dustin Renfro, Jesse. He worked around an error in the first. He worked around a couple of errors in the third. He worked around a walk in the fourth. And in that second inning, it was a walk and a double. No runs given up so far. Can he do it again?
As we saw Adam Purdy step into the left-hand batter's box. Directly behind Purdy was the pitching coach, Riley McCauley. There's Riley McCauley right there holding the yellow baseball. He is the one watching Renfroe go to work, and he's been working with all of these pitchers on the Lugnuts.
Well, he's going to be really impressed with Dustin Renfroe tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff man, Adam Purdy, who's had a relatively quiet night. He'd be 0 for 2 if not for the mistake for Mark Connolly in reaching base, that is. He still is 0 for 2. But now he bounces one right side and gets through for a base hit. On for a second time. Over to third. The cutoff throw is in time, and tagged out is Henley. So it started with Walker, and then the cut went to Welch, and he poured one quickly over to Rydquist.
It's picture-perfect execution. Just well done by the Lugnuts defensively.
Now Riley McCauley is out here, the pitching coach, to talk with Dustin Renfroe.
An interesting conversation here, because usually this would be either he saw something or they're trying to waste some time down in the bullpen, but there's nobody warming up, and he's throwing the ball well.
Yeah, interesting why this visit happened, but just a quick word. Maybe something that Riley McCauley thought of. So Ben Compton stands in the way of 5 scoreless innings put up by Dustin Renfroe, who is working magnificently.
There's the highlight, the cutoff, the tag at third by Rydquist. So much for the Locos, Brock Henley.
That's exactly how you execute a relay. Perfect job by the Lugnuts. Ben Compton tonight 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Reached on an error from Jake Rydquist in that third inning. Two balls, no strikes. Out of Wayne State, the redshirt junior, Dustin Renfroe, controlling these Locos hitters. Check swing, he did go around, but the ball squirts through the legs of Sotres. Up to second, moves Purdy in scoring position.
It's that curveball again. Nearly the same as what happened during the Henley strikeout. I would love to see at the end of this game a breakdown between how many fastballs he's thrown and how many curves, because he's thrown a lot of curveballs, and that pitch has been good for him.
Yeah, he's gone heavy on that breaking ball, and again, that seems to be the difference tonight and why he is excelling and having an exceptional evening. Inside, Sotres, excellent job to block that 3-1 pitch.
Another bounced curveball.
First base is open. Michael Steigels awaits. Steigels has been a very dangerous hitter of late. He's had extra base hits and RBIs prevalently over the last few games. That's ball 4. And Renfroe might start to be getting a little tired out there as he's worked into this 5th inning.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Twice he's gotten Michael Steigels. Steigels has come into this game as one of the Locos' best hitters, as one of the Lemonade League's best hitters, and he's gotten him twice on weak contact at him by going after him with the breaking ball.
Behind in the count, 1-0. Steigels out of Oakland's and the Horizon League. Transferred there from Lansing Community College and, of course, grew up the road in DeWitt. Bounces this foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Steigels, the all-time leader at DeWitt in career hits, 163. So he's had a decorated career from high school on up. And he's really come on in Lemonade League action of late. Third pitch. Outside, 2-1. Now the bullpen starts to get loose out in right field. That looks to be Adam Dorstowitz, the left-hander for the Lugnuts, getting set to potentially take over for Dustin Renfroe. He's trying to get through this 5th inning. 2-1. Up in the air. And it flies out of play. That's a big pitch, though, to get Renfroe back in the count against Steigels, now 2-2.
The interesting thing to me is, because there are only 2 more Lemonade League games remaining after this one, for every single pitcher that we see, this will be his final Lemonade League appearance. So what a final outing for Renfroe. And now just trying to finish it strong.
Trying to put the exclamation point on his night. The 2-2. And we'll have a full count pitch. Purdy scampers to third. And they're at the corners now. Another wild pitch right there. And again, Sotrez did all he could to keep it in front, but Purdy just too quick. Big pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and how about that? The fist pump from Renfroe. He goes 5 scoreless tonight and gets his 7th strikeout. Lugnuts will try and add to their lead right after this.
Oh my god. It's Selene. Selene, okay. Charlotte. Charlotte. No. Minimini. See you minimini. Minimini. Is that Minimini. Menominee. 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 Mechanic. Mackinac. Mackinac. That's how it's pronounced. Give up.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Locos. While our capacity is limited, we were able to welcome numerous other fans with our Faces in the Crowd, presented by Jackson National Life Insurance. As a reminder, 20% of all the proceeds goes to support Ellie's Place. Thank you for supporting a great cause and joining us here tonight.
Fun to see those Jackson faces in the crowd. On the far right, I know Bobby. Bobby's grown up here at the ballpark. So we've got Jackson faces in the crowd. We've got voices on the air. And we've got a new pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, Cal Johnston will take over. Nick Bowers going 4 innings tonight, giving up the 2 hits and 2 runs with the 4 walks and 4 strikeouts. Those 2 runs coming in that 1st inning. Swing and a miss from Colin Cornwell as we open this 5th inning. What a finish it looks like for Dustin Renfroe's night. Racking up his 7th strikeout and putting another scoreless half inning up against this Locos offense that had been untouchable over the last week to week and a half. Just wide. Johnston out of Lansing Community College, Grand Ledge native, is 2-1. Juts inside to Cornwell tonight. Cornwell with a walk in the 1st, scored that 2nd run, and then flied out to left in the 3rd. We've only seen 4 combined hits, 2 for each side tonight. Been a very well-pitched game between Powers and Renfroe to this point as Johnston takes over. 2 runs for the Lugnuts on 2 hits and 4 errors. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Locos. Payoff pitch to the Saginaw Valley State Cardinal. Fly to center. Purdy shuffling back. 1 down. We've seen a lot of offensive fireworks. Do you think the pitchers, as we close out this league, Jesse, you're saying, hey, it's our turn now. We're going to start to make some moves here late to close out Lemonade League action.
It's such an individual thing, varying pitcher to pitcher, inning to inning. But I do think that Dustin Renfro finished with his best performance of the summer.
No question about that. Here's Andrew Morrow. Morrow with a walk and flied out to right in the 3rd. Hits this hard but foul. Morrow's pretty much been in that 3, 4, or 5 spot in the lineup all season in the Lemonade League for the Lugnuts out of Michigan State. He hit the very first Lemonade League home run, went opposite field over the 20-foot wall down the right field line. Swings on a high fastball, 1-2. And outside of his teammate, Zaid Walker, which he hit the last home run for the Lugnuts back on August 6th, a couple of weeks ago. They have not had a home run since, just those 2. Fouled off. And in the meantime, it did take us a little while to get that first Lemonade League home run, and it took even longer for the Locos to get their first, but they have excelled in the power department, specifically with Alex McCormack and Kate Preston. Lifted out to left. Williams on the run, can't get there. Morrow hustling, he's trying for 2, and he's in standing up with a double. First extra base hit tonight for the Lugnuts.
That shows a little bit of the power of an Andrew Morrow. Leaning over, not fully balanced, and hooking that deep down the left field line.
So here's Zaid Walker, RBI single in the 1st and then reached on an error in the 3rd. Trying to add some insurance here for the Lugnuts in the 5th. Down low from Johnston. Really productive year last season for Zaid Walker at Michigan State through 47 games. 2 balls, no strikes. Started 47 for Jake Boss Jr. Hit 285, had 11 doubles, 19 driven in, 51 total hits. He chose to go to Michigan State after being drafted out of high school by the Cincinnati Reds. 2-0. That's outside, 3-0, and then when he turned down the Reds' offer, he had multiple D1 decisions of where he could have attended. A lot in the Big Ten: Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan, and then Missouri, Pittsburgh, Xavier. So many wanted the power and the speed of Walker, who is reached here on a 4-pitch walk.
It's a really difficult decision because, in a sense, you're rolling the dice, hoping that you're going to get drafted again in a couple of years down the road. But I know people, Josh Winkowski, who just pitched for the Lansing Lugnuts last year, drafted out of high school, and he chose to sign. And he said if given the choice, he wouldn't have done that. He would love to go back and tell his past self, hey, go to college.
It's a great experience for a lot of guys. Joey Paywan fouls that off, and I think probably with Zaid Walker, one of the easier decisions in deciding whether to go to school or take the route of going professionally was that the Reds drafted him late in the 36th round, back when there were 40 rounds. So he elected to go to school, and he's had a nice career for Michigan State. His teammate Andrew Morrow, a part of that. They're hoping to get back on the diamond See what this next year holds. Their season's, of course, cut short like everybody else's. Flied out to left. Williams coming in a long way towards the line and makes the second out. So after the double and the walk, good bounce back from Johnston, and now if he can get Welch, he can keep this a 2-run game with just a couple innings left to go. Welch tonight struck out in the first and then lined out in the fourth. Could he deliver here with 2 outs? Tomahawks this to short. Ruddock will go to first. Low throw, great scoop by Steigels, and that saves a run. Excellent work defensively by the Locos. Johnston puts up the 0, and we'll head to the 6th.
Come play in Greater Lansing. You'll love our perfect mix of old and new, big city buzz and small town charm. And visiting is easy because it feels like home. Catch Spartan spirit, share an intimate meal, roar with the crowd, or relax in the links. Reconnect with family and make memories that will last a lifetime. Give yourself a weekend and come play in Greater Lansing.
Listen, you can hear it. Different voices, a whole new spirit. People working together from every walk of life, making changes for the better. We've come so far. Look where we are. It's a whole new attitude. Yeah, things are changing. We're celebrating people like me and you. We're making it happen day by day. We're making it happen our own way. You can sing your song here, 'cause you belong here. Lansing, we're making it happen.
Well, Dustin Renfro was money tonight. 5 scoreless innings for Renfro, 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And as the sun is setting in Michigan State Capitol, you see a new southpaw on the mound. Wearing the Lugnuts number 13 uniform, it's the left-hander Adam Dorstowitz. Out over the video board, we are looking west in this view, out beyond the outfield loft apartments. Nearly cloudless sky above. There are a few clouds if you look off toward the horizon. But just a beautiful night in Lansing, Michigan. Big, big thanks to our crew for all the shots that you were seeing. And here's the left-hander from Kalamazoo.
Well, ever since he came in that first outing and struck out the side, Adam Dorstowitz has had his struggles. His ERA up over 10. He's allowed 15 earned runs, 13 walks, 14 strikeouts. Can get the strikeouts, but can he command it? And the other one, he has given up 3 of the 6 home runs to the Locos. So got to keep the ball low and see if he can continue the great work that Renfro has started tonight.
Should I mention that Adam Proctor's a home run hitter, chasing for strike 1?
You certainly can, and he's due for that first home run. Came in late in the league, just earlier this week. But you just look at the size, those forearms, the way that he's put together. Big swinger.
Proctor followed by Williams and Paladar. 4, 5, and 6 in the Locos order. 2 first-inning runs for the Lugnuts, and that is all. Off the hands and foul to the left.
Jesse, we'll check in with the chat one more time.
You don't have to do it only one more time. We can do it multiple more times.
Absolutely. If we get some more chatty keyboard Cathys to comment to us, we love when you reach out. Zachary, how about this? Watching from Eastern Indiana with a cold lemonade in hand.
Oh, breaking ball got away, hits the helmet of Proctor. So he gets the baseball helpfully. A leadoff runner for the Locos.
Well, that puts a damper on, again, Zachary from Eastern Indiana watching with a cold lemonade. You can't beat that.
On National Lemonade Day.
For the Lemonade League.
Happy National Lemonade Day. Where's your lemonade, Adam?
Well, I don't have any right now. I've got some water. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Carol Ann said some of these guys have the coolest names. Go Lugs.
Matthew Williams, the batter. Ball 1.
And Matt finally says, let's go, Ben Compton. Again, Facebook chat. Love to know where you're listening or what you think. Send us your notes.
Short lead for Proctor right now. Ball and a strike on Williams, who is 1 for 2. In the second inning, he doubled to left, and in the fourth inning, he flied out to center field. Batting average .429. Now, Adam Proctor, the first game that we saw him, he stole second, but he's got a very short lead right now. Meanwhile, the count is in Williams' favor. Love to hear all those posts. By the way, here's the replay of that hit by pitch, and right in the back of the helmet. Thank goodness that it's not more trouble. Foul back by Williams, 2-2.
Thank goodness he's wearing that helmet.
Yeah, curveball getting away from Dorstowitz.
That's the difference from, ending your night and having significant damage to your career potentially to just taking a ding off the helmet and being okay and staying in the game.
Down goes Williams. It is rare to see Matthew Williams strike out, but he is done. For Williams, just his 4th strikeout in the Lemonade League. Now there's one down in the 6th. Craig Paladar has walked and fouled out to the first baseman. One on, one gone for the Locos, who are down to their final 5 outs tonight. 2-run first inning against Nick Powers. And that's standing up right now. Right on the outside corner at the knees.
Well, it was just 2 games ago that we saw our first shutout in the Lemonade League. It was the Lugnuts going down 3-0. Could they give the Locos their first 0 through 7 innings?
That misses in. We did not even see good defense behind the starter, Dustin Renfroe. There was an error committed in the first inning by shortstop Connolly. In the second inning, an error committed by the catcher Sotres. In the third inning, 2 errors by third baseman Rydquist. 3-1 now on Paladar. 4 errors. And yet Dustin Renfroe threw up those goose eggs.
You'd love to get him to swing here into a double play.
Proctor still not running, but Paladar takes his second walk. Tying runs are on with 1 out. Here comes the pitching coach McCauley.
And that would have been ideal for Dorstowitz because you're just looking at the next 2 innings. Now you got to go to the bottom of the order, and you don't want to have to go back up against the top of this order again in Purdy, Compton, Steigels. So it'll be interesting what Dorstowitz, how he responds with 2 guys on base, because that seemed to be when Renfroe, the starter tonight, locked in. He was fine with guys on base. His mindset didn't change. What does Dorstowitz do?
A hit batter, a strikeout, a walk. Adam, we have seen the Locos rally against the Lugnuts bullpen before. Owen Ruddock up, 2 on, 1 gone. Chopper on the right side. Morrow Spears. Off of Connolly's glove. That's into left field. Paladar rounded second base too far. Throw in. He is gone. At third base, Proctor had stopped. Paladar did not have his head up. He becomes the second out.
I mean, a big missed opportunity for Adam Proctor. He didn't pay attention and see that ball go to left. He should be in, and it should be a 2-1 game right now. And then, as you mentioned, Paladar over rounds, and that's the second out.
Do you think that that's more on Proctor as the lead runner than it is on Paladar?
Yeah, it might be.
Well, Ruddock at first, Proctor at third, the batter Sean Hadlesey. You figure now Dorstowitz, if he can get Hadlesey, he's out of this mess. There's a Lugnuts right-hander and Garrett Larner warming up in the bullpen. Lugnuts would love to use Larner in the 7th, not here. Hadlesey swings and misses.
And that, I mean, goes from a nightmarish 5th error costing you potentially a run and still only being 1 out to working out and you're an out away from the inning and no runs come in.
2 balls and a strike on Hadlesey.
I mean, that is just a crucial mistake right there by Adam Proctor. And then I think you're right, Paladar was ready to come to third and had to put the brakes on when he saw that his teammate was still at third base.
Hitter's pitch here. Breaking ball bouncing in, gets away from Sotrez. Proctor's in. And to second base goes Ruddock. The Locos are on the scoreboard.
Proctor with a little hobble and limp as he came in there too, so interesting to see. Doesn't hurt though as he comes in, so they do get the run and now within a run.
Hey, nobody tell Michigan State baseball. My guy Zach Fisher, Coach Jake Boss Jr. Everything's good here. Tying run in scoring position. 3-1 for Hadlesey. Fights it foul. Bottom part of the order. Hadlesey 0 for 2. Reached on one of the 2 Rodquist errors in the 3rd inning. And then he struck out in the 5th. That gets away from Sotrez. He can't find it. To third base, Ruddock on ball 4 for Hadlesey. Well, a second wild pitch for Dorstowitz and a second walk for Dorstowitz. Now the tying run is 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run is on at first base. Adam, that was something that we saw with Renfroe, who pitched so well, but his curveball bedeviled Sotrez. Brock Henley takes ball 1.
Dorstowitz has got to get this out if you're the Lugnuts for a chance to preserve how well Renfroe pitched.
Strike in the inside corner. Let's see if we can, yeah, there's a shot of the bullpen. Garrett Larner's ready. That tugging on the bill lets you know if they need him. Break glass, call on Larner. Driven foul down the right side. Well, Dorstowitz is a strikeout pitcher. And he's 1 strike away from getting Henley and getting out of this 6th inning with the Lugnuts still leading. Problem is, Adam, he loves to use the curveball for strikeouts. And I would be worried about bouncing a curveball right now. Here you go. Little dribbler foul.
Well, he kept that one up, but you're right. Tying run 90 feet away, knowing he's thrown a couple of wild pitches, including leading to that first run. Certainly have to be careful.
Ruddock at third. Hadlesey at first. 2 gone. Top of the 6th. Here it is. Curveball high. Hadlesey taking off and no throw. A steal of second for Hadlesey. And now with just a base hit by Brock Henley, the Locos could grab the lead. Boy, that pressure just keeps on getting ratcheted upward. 2-2 pitch. That it gets away from Sotrez. Here comes Ruddock. The feed to Dorstowitz is not in time. We're tied. To third base goes Sean Hadlesey as the potential go-ahead run. Another wild pitch for the Lugnuts. My goodness. Henley swings and fouls it back. Last inning, we saw Dustin Renfro throw 3 wild pitches, but Strand Locos at first and third. Dorstowitz a lot more issues. That's foul. Adam, I've got this trip around the bases for Owen Ruddock. Fielder's choice, wild pitch to second, wild pitch to third, wild pitched in, tying the score.
Yeah, he got on base and he's taken advantage of some mistakes, and now he's the winning run.
Little looper, center field, Badalamenti. He's got it, and that does it for the top of the 6th inning. But we are tied. 2 runs for the Locos without benefit of a base hit. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning, and then maybe a very interesting 7th in the Lemonade League.
Every Lemonade League game broadcast is brought to you free across multiple social and digital platforms, including the Lugnuts Facebook and Twitter pages. These live-streamed webcasts are made possible by the following Lugnuts partners: Farm Bureau Insurance, Jackson National Life Insurance, Dan Henry Distributing, Granger, General Motors, Blue Cross Blue Shield, LAFQ, Dean Transportation, WMU Cooley Law School, Capital Region International Airport, Lansing Board of Water and Light, Physicians Health Plan, Meyer, Gordon Food Service, Michigan Student Aid, and Sparrow. Thank you so much to our partners for continuing to support us through the Lemonade League action.
Our official attendance here tonight, 100, a capacity crowd, and a sellout for the 18th consecutive Lemonade League game. Big thanks to you for supporting the Lemonade League. We know that folks here in attendance, they might not be watching this live stream live. They might very much be watching it after the fact as it's archived, Facebook, YouTube, and all over. We appreciate all the folks here in attendance, and because it's limited to 100 because of Ingham County's health directive, it is very difficult to get tickets to the Lemonade League. And so we appreciate all of you, wherever you are, on your couch, at home, wherever you might be, watching Lemonade League baseball. We appreciate you joining us. And there are the folks out in good hops out beyond the left field wall. But let's be honest, these were very difficult tickets to come by. Lefty Ryan Abenth takes over. And Abenth deals in ball 1 high. Bottom of the 6th inning, and a game now tied up 2-2.
Could these tickets pay off even more if they witness the first home run derby swing off?
Strike on the outside corner to Jake Rydquist. I'm feeling a little something. How about you?
Certainly seems like the closest opportunity we've had. A tie game late here.
Rydquist pops it foul, soaring out of play. Rydquist, Badalamenti, and Connolly, 8-9-1 for the Lugnuts in their order. They scored 2 runs in the first. Locos just countered with 2 in the top half of this inning. Rydquist has struck out twice, and he's worked the count even.
Throughout the Lemonade League, we've had 6 one-run games, but no ties.
Called strike 3. For a third time, Rydquist rung up.
Well, just a tough night for Rydquist. He's had those mistakes throwing the ball at third base, and bat just hasn't been there tonight either. So he's going to be looking for a bounce-back game tomorrow or Saturday, whenever he gets an opportunity to come back in.
He's been an interesting player because we've seen him used like a Swiss Army knife. Here's Jake Badalamenti. Foul back. Very near to us. Badalamenti, the starting center fielder, 0 for 2, reaching on an error his last time up, and a steal. Here's that Abenth strikeout, Adam.
You see it come right across that outside corner, dip down. That's a tough pitch right there for Wyquist. You can understand why he went down looking.
Badalamenti, the number 9 batter in the order, the Wayne State Warrior, taking on the Concordia Southpaw. Ooh, got away a little bit. 2-1. Nick Powers started this game for the Locos, 4 innings, 2 hits and 4 walks, 2 runs in the first inning and 4 strikeouts. Cal Johnston fired a scoreless 5th. And now here's Abenth. Is it fair to declare that Ryan Abenth is the workhorse of the Lemonade League?
Absolutely.
10 games pitched in, and this is the 18th game played.
He's gotten his work in, that's for sure.
Served foul, right side. Is there room for Steigels? No. Count is full in Badalamenti, and this is big. 1 out, nobody on. Lugnuts would love that base runner to jumpstart the top of the order in Mark Connolly. Only 3 hits for the Lugnuts. Only 2 hits for the Locos. Payoff. Called strike 3 on the inside corner.
Well, Badalamenti couldn't believe it. He thought it was inside. We know that Sean Howard has favored the pitchers a little bit tonight. That zone has been a little bit bigger. And that one grabs the inner half, and Badalamenti, the second straight strikeout victim.
Here's the leadoff hitting Mark Connolly. 2 outs, nobody on. Ball 1. There's the replay.
And here it comes across that inside. That was right there.
You know, the thing about that was that Craig Paladar did not catch it all that well. And yet the home plate umpire, Sean Howard, said, you don't need to catch it all that well. You don't need to present it. That's across the corner. Breaking ball away. Three and 1 for Connolly.
When does our production crew take the next step and get the little strike box in there?
They've done so much over the course of this summer. Shortstop Ruddock. Long throw. Overshoots Steigels. Just has to jump, leave the base to go receive. Connolly is on.
That's another one with Ruddock. You know it's a tough play, but he's struggled over there at shortstop tonight.
That's an error.
You're expected to make that play. That's why you put him out there, and he couldn't make the throw. If he makes the throw, that's an out.
Gabe Sotres now. Inside. Well, this 6th inning is not done yet. And you consider Lugnuts push across a run. They'll be 3 outs away from the win. Sotres is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in that first inning. Strikeout and the flyout since. There goes the runner for second base. Second baseman Compton late in covering. He's a little shaken up. Connolly is safe.
Well, that was a throw to the bag, and no one was there yet. Compton and Ruddock a little late reacting because it was a later steal attempt from Connolly. And Compton just happy that he got there. Couldn't apply the tag, but kept it from getting its way into center field.
Sotres right over the top.
You mentioned it, just 3 hits tonight for the Lugnuts. They would love that 4th, though, to give them an opportunity to get back in front.
Can Sotres bring in Connolly? Third baseman Henley gets him at first, and the inning is over. That ball was well struck by Sotres, but Brock Henley equal to the challenge. And so, 6 innings down, a tie game going to the final frame. Let's go to the 7th inning. Garrett Larner is taken over on the bump for the Lugnuts. There you see the right-hander pitching for Cleary. Trying to get through this top of the 7th inning, keeping the score tied up at 2-2. And then the Lugnuts will look for the walk-off win. And then potentially, if we're tied up at the conclusion of this 7th inning, a home run derby to determine a champion. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Larner against the top of the order. Purdy, Compton, Steigels. Adam Purdy to begin things. The leadoff hitter has reached on an error but was caught stealing. Struck out looking, singled his last time up. And he starts things off here with a foul to the screen. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler, joined by Adam Jacksa. And if you're wondering, it's unusual for Jesse to trip over Adam's last name. Suddenly, Adam, in the middle of talking about your name, I checked myself with all the Adams.
There's a plentiful of them in this league, so don't blame you, Jesse.
Thought Adam Dorstowitz, Adam Proctor. No, it's Adam Jacksa seated by my side.
Selfishly, very happy you get my name right 99.9% of the time.
Hopefully that much. 2 balls and a strike on Purdy. For those who don't know, so I've been broadcasting in Lansing since 2009. And in 2012, I first met Adam because he was a member of the crew. So for all those members of the crew, what, in 8 years, I'll see you on the broadcast team. 3 balls and a strike on Purdy.
If only you would have predicted that and told me that back then.
You kept on bothering me.
I was
kept
about
on
to say.
Coming into the broadcast booth, knocking on the door, and your boss kept on saying, Adam, I need you on camera. Why are you hanging around the broadcast booth?
And then as the press box operations staff would tear down the cameras, I would tear up the stairs to catch the post game with Jesse.
Ball 4 for Purdy. Leadoff man on for the Locos. Now, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking, should I charge this guy money?
You should have.
Here comes Ben Compton.
You know, out of all the things that I watched you do, Jesse, and taking in how you call a game and your post game, there was one thing that stuck out to me.
Uh-oh.
It was a good thing.
Thank goodness. Compton is 0 for 2 with a walk his last time up. Ball 1.
Do you remember the Lansing Lugnuts minute that you used to record?
Yes.
Jesse will record a post-game recap in 1 minute that he would send to the radio station every night so they could play of what happened the night before.
That hits Compton. And the first 2 are on for the Locos.
And basically that's about the time that I would come up into the press box. After the game's over, Jesse's getting ready to record. He says, okay, you got to be quiet because I got to record the Lugnuts update.
Yeah, it was called the Lugnut Minute.
And it was one take Jesse rolling through this thing, 60 seconds right on the dot, no stumbles. I'm like, geez, oh, Pete, I'm never going to make it. If he can do this in 1 take, how the heck am I supposed to do that? It was awesome.
I'm glad you didn't get daunted because the more that you work with me, the more you realize, oh, no. Smoke and mirrors.
No, that's not true.
Adam Purdy at second base, Ben Compton at first. That's good speed. There's nobody out, and here's Michael Steigels for the Locos in the 7th inning. That's behind his head, off Sotrez's mitt, and both runners scoot forward. Purdy takes third, Compton up to second.
Well, isn't this just Locos-esque, where they're down the entire game, and they've got a chance to clinch the winning series record with a win tonight, that they would come from behind late and then pull it off in the 7th. They've done it many times.
Infield is in. That's off of Sotrez's mitt. Purdy speeds in. He scores. Compton to third, and it's 3-2 Locos. Boy, Gabe Sotrez is having a devil of a time.
Yeah, he's had some tough pitches to deal with, and it started in that 6th inning with Dorstowitz. And it really, you go back to Renfro, he was utilizing that breaking ball so much. It's been a busy night for Sotres.
2-ball pitch. 3 balls, no strikes on Steigels. The first one to Steigels was behind his head. That last one was up so high, you've got Sotres jumping up into the air. He's trying to do his best. 3-0, walks him. And that was towards Steigels' head that he had to duck under. So Larner's come out of the pen, and he does not have his command.
I mean, all 3 of these Locos runs are because of wild pitches.
Wow.
They've all been scored on wild pitches, and they've all been scored with no hits. We have not seen a hit for the Locos since the 5th inning. They scored 2 in the 6th, and they've got their run here in the 7th.
Here's Adam Proctor, Steigels at first, Compton at third, and nobody out for the Locos in the final inning. Larner is just not close to the zone. And the Lugnuts bullpen. Looks like it's the right-hander Cameron Martin who's warming up in a hurry. 2 balls and no strikes to Adam Proctor. We've seen this from Garrett Larner before, but not the last time that he was on the mound. He gave the Lugnuts a terrific start.
Yeah, he was excellent the last time he took the hill for the Lugnuts. And unfortunately, not duplicating that performance so far tonight.
Hammered to right, down the line, foul. That is across Lodge Street, and there are 3 people who have gone racing across the street to chase after the baseball.
Wow. Feet away from a home run. He waits just a touch longer. That's pulled directly down the line, and this game is blown open.
A 2-1. A drive up in the air, but not far into left center. Left fielder Cornwell drops the baseball. Compton's in. Steigels to second. Proctor's on at first base. 4-2 Locos in the 7th.
Well, and finally the errors and the mistakes are coming back to hurt the Lugnuts. They had worked around those through the first 5 innings because of how well Dustin Renfro pitched, but then the 6th inning, wild pitch after wild pitch. 7th inning, wild pitch, and now an E7 on Cornwell. And the Locos all of a sudden have a 2-run lead.
I mean, this has been disastrous. Whether it's been the wild pitches or the 6 errors committed by the Lugnuts defense. The batter is Matthew Williams. You know, the Locos have had some big innings in the Lemonade League. The Lugnuts last game scored 8 runs in an inning. And Adam, this just feels like this game is about to be broken wide open. Strike on the outside corner at the knees.
Yeah, and already back-to-back 2-run half innings in the 6th and the 7th. They had not scored any runs through 5, shut down by Dustin Renfro.
Still only 2 hits in the game for the Locos. There's their 3rd hit over the second baseman, Welch, into right center. Steigels is in to score. Proctor stops at second. RBI single from Matthew Williams. It is a 3-run 7th inning.
Well, you make enough mistakes, you walk enough batters, and finally the Locos capitalize with a big swing from Williams, and this thing has gotten out of hand in a hurry for the Lugnuts in the last couple of half innings.
Riley McCauley, or I beg your pardon, Cullen Turner, has taken the baseball away from Garrett Larner. And here comes Cameron Martin in the top of the 7th inning. Well, Larner faces 5 batters. A walk, a hit batter, a walk, the error committed in left field by Cornwell, and then the RBI single a moment ago by Matthew Williams. There's nobody out. Craig Paladar is coming up. Now in the bottom of the 7th inning, you know who's coming up for the Lugnuts? Their very best hitters. Colin Cornwell, Andrew Morrow, Zaid Walker. A comeback is not out of the question. But the big thing, they just can't be behind by that much.
Yeah, you got to stay within range, because it only takes 3 outs to close this down, and Ryan Abenth most likely coming back out. We talked about how many innings he's pitched in the Lemonade League. He's got that experience built up. They need some outs, and they need some pitches that are easy for Gabe Sotres. He's having a tough time back there because of how wild these pitches have been from Larner and Dorstowitz, and even with Renfroe having to take on so many breaking balls. Just got to throw strikes right now, because until that Matthew Williams swing, Jesse, we just had talked about it, the Locos had not had a hit that had brought in a run. It had just been the mistakes, the errors, the wild pitches, the walks that the Lugnuts defense had continued to commit.
I've got an unofficial tally right now of 8 wild pitches. I've got 3 for Renfroe, 3 for Dorstowitz, 2 for Larner. Is that too many?
No, that sounds about right to me. And then you tack on the 6 errors for the Lugnuts as well?
Yeah, 8 wild pitches, 6 errors. And then you look at the scoreboard and you go, oh, the Locos have only scored 5 runs.
And they were blank through the first 5.
Proctor at second, Williams at first, Craig Paladar. Cameron Marnin misses high and away. Marnin is not an overwhelming velocity guy. He's more of a command guy. Two walks for Paladar and a foul out in between. The runners on the bases, Proctor and Williams, neither of them I would say is a true burner, but both of them can run. It is also starting to feel like it's been an awful long time since we saw Dustin Renfroe on the mound. 5 shutout innings for the Lugnut starter.
Yeah, I think they had a shutout up 2-0 with 6 outs to go before they got their 8th win. Saying that things have certainly changed since then.
3-0, inside corner. You've got Owen Ruddock waiting on deck for the Locos. This inning started with the top of the order. So Paladar, the number 6 batter in the lineup, 6th batter of the inning. And a full count for him.
I like that from Martin. He gets behind 3-0 and comes right back with 2 strikes to give himself a chance.
If he can get to it. Cameron Martin has showed off a wicked curveball. Martin out of Eisenhower. 6 foot 3 inches tall, 200-pounder. Payoff. Ball 4, bases loaded. 3rd walk drawn today by Paladar.
I mean, that's 6 batters. We still don't have an out yet for the Lugnuts. The Locos continue to put the pressure on. Smart, do the right thing, 1 batter at a time. And they have turned this game upside down again in the 7th. Just what they continue to do. Late drama in the Lemonade League.
It's Owen Ruddock who takes ball 1. And you know how I love to give that stat about Ruddock, that generally when he plays, he hits. It's his move. He's hit safely in every single game that he's played in the league. Check swing roller foul.
Not tonight, Jesse.
Nope. He is 0 for 3. He's grounded into a double play, flat out to center, reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. So that hitting streak is in danger. Sean Hattlesey on deck. Paladar, Williams, Proctor, 1st to 2nd to 3rd. 2-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. 10-game hitting streak. 1 run is in. They go station to station as the throw comes in from Walker. The RBI single by Ruddock plates Proctor. It is a 6-2 Locos lead.
Well, big swings from Williams, and now Ruddock comes through. What a 7th inning here for the Locos. Again, person to person, station to station, just keep things moving along. Nothing too fancy, but still nobody has been retired.
8th batter of the inning. 4 runs in, bases loaded, nobody out. Hattlesey 0 for 2 with a walk.
Great resolve from this Locos team. Just keep battling, just keep doing your thing, and they finally produced 6 runs in the last 2.5 innings.
You know, Adam, the first, what would you say, 5 full innings, this was feeling like a Sunday afternoon game. And then you look up and suddenly you realize, nope, it's a Thursday night after all. Fly ball to center. Badalamenti, the catch. Runner tags at third. The other runners stay put. Williams is in. A sac fly for Hattlesey to make it 7-2.
Well, this is the Locos taking out their frustration on getting shut down by Dustin Renfro through 5 innings. Said enough of this pitching from Dustin Renfro. We're going to have our revenge. And oh, have they in the 6th and now this 7th inning.
On the bright side for Cameron Martin, there's out number 1. Double play ball would end this top of the 7th. Here's Brock Henley. Strike on the outside corner. I mean, the fun thing is, Adam, you know as well as I do, it's the Lemonade League. A 5-run lead is not safe.
Even that 16-2 Mercy Rule lead, I don't know if that one's safe, Jesse. We still were potentially going to play 3 more innings.
Momentum is the next innings reliever.
Yeah, you just never know in this league.
Bouncer foul wide of third. Nolan Knopf warms up in the Locos pen for the bottom of the 7th. Brock Henley, 2 strikeouts and a fly out to center.
Well, he's got to be feeling good right now, Knopf, Jesse, knowing that he's got at least a 5-run lead.
Ruddock at first, Paladar at second.
And the Locos got to feel good about getting 7 here in the last 2 innings after being blanked and trying to pick up their 11th win. 2 games to go after this.
Runner takes off from second, no throw. Steal of third base for Craig Paladar. If you missed it, it was 2-0 Lugnuts going to the top of the 6th inning. They scored 2 runs in the 6th without benefit of a base hit. They've plated 5 here in the 7th. That's flipped in the air, foul ground, right side, Morrow out of room. And this top of the 7th inning, just to retrace it for you, against the new reliever Garrett Larner, a walk to Adam Purdy, a hit by pitch of Ben Compton, a walk to Michael Steigels, a wild pitch brought in Purdy, a dropped fly in left field from Colin Cornwell brought in Compton, an RBI single by Matthew Williams brought in Steigels. Ruddock takes off, Henley takes the pitch, they appeal on a check swing, no swing, all the while the steal of second for Ruddock. That was really tough for the bases umpire Mitch Tresiak. Hey, watch the runner. Also, did you see Brock Henley's bat?
I thought Gabe Sotres was appealing the stolen base at second.
Bouncer into left field for a base hit. Paladar checks in. To third base, Owen Ruddock. Henley's got the RBI single. It's a 6-run 7th inning. Pitching coach Riley McCauley right back to the mound as we are turning this lineup over for the leadoff hitting Adam Purdy.
What's that saying? If you give a mouse a cookie,
there's a whole book written about it.
They're going to want a glass of milk. And that's this Locos order tonight. Here in the 7th, Jesse just ran through what has happened for you. The walks, the errors, them reaching And now they just continue to keep going with the hits. You give them the opportunities, that cookie, you give them the errors, you give them the walks. They're going to take that glass of milk with some base hits. Clutch swings here at the bottom of the order. This is good stuff from the Locos, who, again, had been held in check for 5 innings before this outburst.
Ball 1 to Purdy. Really makes you respect the work done by Renfroe and blanking them.
Yeah, he was on tonight.
Bouncer hit to the second baseman, Welch. Takes the out at first base on Purdy. That drives in Ruddock, sends Henley to second, and gives the Locos a 9-2 lead. Two outs now in the 7th for Ben Compton.
But Jesse, when it was 2-0 in the 5th, I never saw this happening.
No.
You could have told me it's going to end 9-2 going into the bottom of the 7th, 10-2, whatever it ends up being. I would have said no chance.
I mean, that's the thing. Good breaking ball from Martin. The Locos might not be done. Ben Compton's a hitter. A walk and a hit by a pitch so far tonight, 0 for 2 officially. Strike 2.
And we talked about the Jays playing a doubleheader tonight, Jesse. This almost feels like a doubleheader in its game in itself because of how different the first half of it was compared to now the last 2 half innings.
Curveball in. The Blue Jays in Game 2 against the Phillies scored 7 runs, wiping out the deficit. They were down 7-0 after the top of the first, 7-2 going to the bottom of the 6th. 7 runs they scored. They won the game 9-8. This is a 7-run 7th. Compton pops it up. The shortstop Connolly wants it. He's got it. Side retired. An 11 batter top of the 7th inning. 7 runs in, 3 hits in the frame, 1 runner left at second, and the Locos are 3 outs away from clinching a Lemonade League title.
Doc, thank you very much. Up here at the suite level, let's sing 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Just buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the lug nuts. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go nuts, Doc. Back to you.
And now to the bottom of the 7th inning. So he just scored 7 runs, scored in the top half. What do the Lugnuts have up their sleeve? Although they have to take on the new right-hander Nolan Knopf. Knopf out of Saginaw Valley State, a junior, 5'10", 200-pounder who attended DeWitt High School. Knopf against his Saginaw Valley State teammate Colin Cornwell, followed by the Spartans, Andrew Morrow and Zaid Walker. A 9-2 lead now for the Locos. I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. I'm joined by Adam Jackson. Now, we have seen in games before when Nolan Knopf has taken the mound that things generally tighten up. And then Knopf puts everything to bed. Doesn't let that lead get away, generally sews things up. 1 run or thereabouts, Locos win. Here's his final warm-up pitch.
So you're telling me he's going to, walk the first 7-8 batters before he locks it in?
Wouldn't it just be the Lemonade League?
Yes.
For the Lugnuts to string together a rally, score something like 4, 5, 6 runs, have the tying run on, have maybe even the game-winning run on, and the Locos beat them anyway. Ryan Abenth, by the way, pitched the 6th, scoreless, 2 strikeouts. He's out. And Knopf starts things off with ball 1 to Colin Cornwell. Strike on the outside corner. Big error committed by Cornwell in the top half of this inning.
Yeah, and it's just adding to the amount of struggles tonight defensively for the Lugnuts.
Strokes this one to deep right center field. Haddlese's on his horse. Flags it down. Colin Cornwell hit that ball on the screws, but Sean Haddlesey got there.
That's a tough play for Haddlesey because it looked like it was over his head. You know, Cornwell wanted to make up for the missed grab he had in the top half of this inning. Got a good swing on it, but give credit. Deep out there in right field. Great grab by Haddlesey, and certainly his pitcher, Mr. Knopf, very thankful of his effort.
Andrew Morrow, ball 1. Boy, imagine if the Lugnuts had started off that frame with that ball dropping. Adam, that's the triples alley. That ball gets down, that's 2-3 bases for Cornwell.
Yeah, he's immediately in scoring position. And knowing how tricky this ballpark is, you know, it's not out of the question that he's got a chance for an inside the park home run if that gets through Haddlesey.
That is across the inside corner. Andrew Morrow is walked, fly to right, and doubled. 1 for 2. Hitter's pitch here. Outside corner at the knees. Check swing, pop up over first baseman Steigels, and excuse me base hit. He's on with a 1-out single.
Just what you wanted, right? Little blooper the opposite way. That's kind of what his home run was, with a little bit more pop.
We can ask our production crew for the replay of this swing by Morrow. This felt to me like something out of cricket. This is a tennis half volley. Just blocked that ball right over Michael Steigels. And now Zaid Walker. Strike 1. Check swing, foul.
Jesse, you didn't say please to the production crew.
That's the magic word generally.
And they're working on it right now, and here it is.
Watch this swing. Can you call that a swing? Swing and a miss here by Walker, and down he goes on strikes. But you see what I mean? That's a cricket stroke from Andrew Morrow.
It kind of looks like a golf swing, too, where you hit the dirt and stop your swing through. The same thing here in baseball, where it's put the hands out there and kind of the check swing, but it works out.
Joey Paywan, ball 1. The Locos are 1 out away from the win. There are 20 games in the Lemonade League. The Locos have won 10 of the first 17. They win this one, they clinch the league championship. It wasn't looking all that good when they were down 2-0 heading to the 6th inning. But you know, when you're leading 9-2, 1 out away from the win, things tend to look a little bit better.
I would say, Jesse, they had the Lugnuts right where they wanted them.
Yes, they did. Morrow at first. Paywan skies it foul to the left. Joey Paywan is 1 for 3. Remember what that hit was? The hit was an RBI single in the first inning. Bouncer on the right side. Steigels juggles and has no play. Took his eye off the ball. The Lugnuts are not done yet. And that RBI single by Joey Paywan, the last time that the Lugnuts have scored in this game.
It took a tricky hop on him. And they're going to go E3 up there at first base. But, you know, in Steigel's defense, that took that late hop and kind of galloped up into his chest, and that's why I lost it. I guess that infield just not been too kind to the players tonight.
No. Logan Welch fouls it back. Ball on a strike on the Lugnut second baseman. So 4 errors in this game is my current total for the Locos defense. And I've got 6 errors against the Lugnuts.
Yeah.
And we're not done yet.
No, it's and it's been mostly in the infield, whether it's been throws to first base, that one a tricky hop. There's been tricky hops over at shortstop. It's not been the night for the infielders.
Great breaking ball from Knopf. The Locos are 1 strike away. Now Logan Welch 0 for 3 with a strikeout, line out, and ground out. He went right back to that slider, and Welch has worked the count full. A 3-2 pitch with the runners moving. Check swing, gets away from catcher Paladar. They appeal, did not go, and the bases are loaded.
Well, there you go. Told you it's not done yet. An opportunity loaded up. Welch, good job checking the swing. Doesn't come around, and we play on here.
The batter's Jake Rydquist, and wouldn't this be redemption? Swing and a miss, strike 1. Rydquist is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He also committed 2 throwing errors earlier in the game. And now he's down to the count 0-2. Can Rydquist turn his night around? And can he keep the Lugnuts night alive? Just barely caught a piece. Jake Badalamenti hoping for a chance to bat next. And then after him, the dangerous top part of the order. The 0-2. Fastball high. Well, by and large, when Nolan Off wants a strikeout, he goes to that slider. Looks like the fastball is coming here. Fastball outside. Adam, usually I'm used to seeing a catcher go to multiple signals with a runner at second base. Catcher Craig Paladar saying, forget that. 1 strike away from the win, leading by 7. Here's your 1 signal. Throw me this pitch.
Fastball, fastball, fastball.
2-2. Drilled foul down the right side.
That's what happens when your team builds you a 7-run lead in the top of the 7th inning. Just put the ball in the zone. They hit it. Let your defense do their work. But, yeah, no reason to make this complicated here.
Morrow, Paywan, Welch the runners. Rydquist is hanging in there.
Yeah, give him credit, Jesse. He's had a tough game, as we've mentioned. He's made some mistakes in the field. He's had 3 strikeouts tonight. Certainly not what he wants, and he's had some really good plays and at-bats in this Lemonade League, and he's fighting it out hard here.
That gets away from Paladar, and all the runners are moving up. Morrow's across home. Paywan to third, Welch to second. A wild pitch by Knopf.
And the rally is on.
Lugnuts down by 6. You know, one thing that Jake Rydquist has done very well here in the Lemonade League, he's drawn walks. He has drawn 10 walks. This for Rydquist, his 11th game. First base is open. Ball 4. Base is loaded for Jake Badalamenti.
Well, that's an excellent at-bat. Down 0-2, fight off pitch after pitch. Could have packed it in. Could have picked up his 4th strikeout, and this game could have been over, but he continues to fight and keeps this game alive, and the bases are back loaded. And if Badalamenti gets on here, then you go back to the top of the order.
Swing and a miss, strike one. Badalamenti's 0 for 3. Fly to right, reached on an error by shortstop Ruddock. Struck out looking his last time. Now Paladar does want a word with Knopf. And I wonder, are they now going to go to multiple signals?
I mean, I still think he should just pump in the fastball.
Put down all number 1.
Yeah.
Right index finger extended.
Especially with the first run coming in, it's a wild pitch. Like, you don't need to get tricky here. You're up by 6 runs. You need 1 out. I know the defense has made some mistakes tonight, but you got to trust them in this situation.
And once again, the Lugnuts are down to their very last strike.
Or Jesse, you could just get the strikeout yourself, finish it off. But a great job by him to get 0-2 once again.
Badalamenti smashes it foul down the right side past the Lugnuts pen. That was not foul by all that much. Now Badalamenti only has 2 hits in the Lemonade League. Both of those hits are doubles. The 0-2.
Kind of like the look here for Badalamenti. It's almost like he's got a bike helmet on, because the mask underneath kind of looks like a chin strap.
Yeah, the wraparound helmet for safety.
Exactly.
1-2. Fights it off.
Well, I like this from the Lugnuts. They're being so stingy here with the 8-9 guys. First with Ridequist, now with Badalamenti. Don't want to commit that final out. Want to give their team as many opportunities as possible to get closer and back in this game.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. This ball game is over. The Locos score 7 runs in the top of the 7th to break the tie, and they beat the Lugnuts 9-3.
And what was it, Jesse? He finally went to that off-speed pitch. Fastball, fastball, fastball. He goes secondary pitch, and that's what fools Badalamenti. And congrats to the Locos. What a Lemonade League, coming through with their 11th to come through with the series victory.
And we only have 2 more games of Lemonade League baseball to go. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Lugnuts and Locos in game number 19 in the Lemonade League. Adam Jackson and I will have the call of all the action. Get ready for more wildness and twists and turns, and who knows who's going to show up big. But Adam, in this game, looking back to who showed up big, let's go back to the start as we see Nolan Knopf, who finished things. This is a game in which we're going to talk about what the Locos did to win it. But before we get there, how about in the losing cause, the start for Dustin Renfro?
Yeah, you feel bad for the effort that Renfro put in tonight, going 5 innings, gives up just 2 hits, no runs, with 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. Remember, he had struggled coming in his last outing. He'd given up 3 runs, so he saves his best performance for last. Worked around multiple errors from his defense, worked around 3 walks in 3 different innings. He was hitting with that breaking ball. The secondary stuff was working, pounding the zone with the fastball, pitched really well, and you feel for a guy like Dustin Renfro, who goes 5 innings and gets your team within 6 outs of coming through with a victory. They're up 2-0 when he exits, but his bullpen just couldn't get it done tonight. But excellent effort from Dustin Renfro to start this game.
On the subject of bullpen, the Locos pitchers, Nick Powers allows 2 runs in the first inning. After retiring the first batter, Mark Connolly, Sotres, Cornwell, Morrow, Walker, Paywan all reach base in a row. 3 straight walks and then 2 straight singles. And the feeling is right there, the Lugnuts could be on the verge of A, a big inning, and B, a big off night. And Adam, they don't score again until the 7th.
Yeah, well, you got to give credit, absolutely. Johnston, then Abenth, and of course Knopf to come in and shut it down. But Powers pitches well through 4. I mean, we're looking at the stuff going into that 5th inning. Renfro and Powers had pitched equally well outside of the 2 runs that Powers had given up in that first inning. We had 6 straight half innings with no runs. So in order to continue off of what had been started. You need your bullpen to perform in Johnston, Abenth, Knopf. They all come through. Shut down the Lugnuts to just the 1 run in that 7th inning. But Johnston, Abenth, excellent work in middle relief.
On the offensive side, when it comes to scoring runs, and you mentioned this, Adam, in the 7th inning. All right, so the Locos run scoring. Adam Proctor scores on a wild pitch. Owen Ruddock scores on a wild pitch in the 6th inning. In the 7th inning, Adam Purdy scores on a wild pitch. Ben Compton scores on a fielding error by left fielder Cornwell. Michael Steigels in on the Matthew Williams RBI single. We'll get back to that in a second. Adam Proctor in on the RBI single by Owen Ruddock. Williams scores on the sac fly by Sean Haddelsey. Craig Paladar is in on the RBI single by Brock Henley. Owen Ruddock scores on the RBI groundout by Adam Purdy. And the reason why I bring all of those up, the wild pitches to begin it, and then the Locos got the bats going. And as you said, as things were happening, look, you can only hold the Locos back so far, and it felt like they were taking out their frustrations.
Yeah, if you give them something, they're going to continue to take more. And that's literally what they did in that 7th inning. You gave them the wild pitches and the mistakes defensively, committing an error there at third base, and then the walks. And then the big swings started to come through with Williams and Ruddock and Henley. They started to deliver because this is an offense that's capable. They've shown us how good they've been lately. It just took them a little bit longer tonight because of the effort from Renfroe, but eventually they broke through, and that's why they won this game with the 7-run 7th inning.
What you said about Williams and Ruddock and Henley, if I were to say to you before the game, hey, here are going to be the guys who drive in the runs for the Locos, you would say to me likely Adam Purdy, Michael Steigels, Adam Proctor, maybe Ben Compton. No, Purdy had the RBI ground out in the 8th inning, but it was a Matthew Williams who was a force in the middle part of the order. It was a Ruddock and Henley who came through in the 7th.
Well, and again, Williams is becoming a household name here, bringing in runs.
Knock on doors, Matthew Williams.
That's right. I mean, you go back to Monday, it was 3 for 4 with a double, scored a run. And then Owen Ruddock, we haven't seen him a ton. This was just his 8th game, but he gets hits. I mean, he comes in, he's batting over 400. He puts the ball in play, keeps the hit streak alive tonight with the RBI single. So that's what has made this Locos offense so tough, Jesse, is their depth. The reason to why they are continuing to put up the offensive numbers. 1 through 9, these guys can get it done. And tonight, it happened to be the bottom part of the order that came up with the clutch hits late.
You've heard us talk about what we saw. Let's watch it. Let's go back. Let's check out the replays from tonight's game. Let's go back to the very start. There's Nick Powers on the mound. There's a difficult short hop for the shortstop, Ruddock. An RBI infield single for Zaid Walker.
Yeah, after 3 walks, he gave up a couple of hits, but they were kind of cheapies here. One that stayed in the infield. Now with this one, Jesse, an opportunity to get that out, and it falls in. Miscommunication out there in left field.
Williams in left, the shortstop, Ruddock. RBI single, Joey Paywan. And it's 2-0 Lugnuts. It would stay 2-0 for a long, long time tonight. There's Dustin Renfroe on the mound, and how good was he?
Well, 7 strikeouts good, Jesse. He was excellent working with that fastball, locating, but also that breaking ball. He went to that a lot. We talked about it, and he utilized it to his perfection. Right there it is as it drops in, the hook, just perfectly executed. Even with runners on base, he continued to stay confident and deliver his pitches.
Now off we move as we start to see some base hits. But here's the execution of the defense. This is a single by Adam Purdy, and then thrown out at third base, Brock Henley. That goes 9 to 6-5 for the outs.
Yeah, impressive defense again, and what was some strugglesome plays from the Lugnuts defensively tonight. Here's an example on that throw to second, but again, they make up for it. Cornwell putting it into second. Paladar overruns because he thought his teammate was going to go home in Proctor, and he gets tagged out for the second out.
It just feels utterly disastrous, but this is the top of the 6th inning, and 2 wild pitches by Adam Dorstowitz lead the Locos to tying the game.
And that was the crazy thing. The first 2 runs for the Locos, they didn't get any hits. They utilized mistakes by the Lugnuts to get back into it.
Now let's move forward. A sac fly in the top of the 7th inning off the bat of Sean Haddelsey. That drives in Matthew Williams. That's the 5th run of what would become a 7-run top of the 7th. And Nolan Knopf freezing Jake Badalamenti to end the game in the home half.
Yeah, just excellent stuff again. The late rallies from the Locos. 2 runs in the 6th. They blow it open with 7 in the 7th. I mean, we went into the 7th inning thinking, Jesse, the game's tied at 2-2. We could potentially see our first home run derby swing off to decide who wins this game. The Locos had other plans as they send 11 batters to the plate, and then Nolan Knopf shuts it down, only allowing run in the 7th, and the Locos take this Lemonade League series.
So 2 more games to go in the Lemonade League. Tomorrow we'll check in with you before the 7 o'clock hour, 7 p.m. first pitch then. Big thanks to our crew tonight. Huge thanks to the crew. Lemonade League Game 18 has come. It has gone. The final score, the Locos 9, the Lugnuts 3. Adam Jackson, your final thoughts.
Well, really impressed tonight. First with Dustin Renfro. You got to go back to the Lugnuts pitching. He went 5 innings, no runs, 7 strikeouts. Gave them a chance to win, especially after they got their early runs. Despite their mistakes defensively, he worked around those and gave them that opportunity to win. But in the end, the Locos steal the show with the late rally in the 6th and the 7th. They stayed after it. Give them credit. You're going to be frustrated, right, Jesse, when you get shut down for 5 innings. They kept battling, and they turned this into a blowout victory on their side, and kind of an epitome of what has happened recently in the Lemonade League with these late rallies in the 7th for the Locos.
It sure is. That does it for us tonight. For Adam Jackson, I'm Jesse Goldberg-Strassler. Thanking you so much for tuning in. Here's wishing you well. Once again, that final score, the Locos 9, the Lugnuts 3. Good night from Michigan State Capitol and Cooley Law School Stadium.